Welcome back to English Speaking Nerds channel. We're absolutely thrilled to see you here for part 2 of our Get series. I'm Maya.
And I'm John. If you watched part 1, you already know the basics of Get, how to use it for receiving, understanding, buying, arriving, and becoming. But today, we're taking it to a completely different level.
That's right. In part 2, we're diving deep into the advanced uses of Get that native speakers use constantly, but textbooks never teach you. We're talking about Get in idiomatic expressions, Get in slang, Get in professional situations, and even Get in romantic conversations. This is the stuff that will make you sound like you've been speaking English your entire life.
Before we jump in, please do us a huge favor right now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our videos. We work incredibly hard to bring you real English that actually helps you communicate confidently. Your support means everything to us.
And stay with us until the very end because we're going to reveal something special, a secret pattern that native speakers use with Get that changes everything. If you leave early, you'll miss the most powerful tip in this entire lesson. So stick around.
Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever heard a native speaker say something like, "I got played," or "you got me," or "let's get down to business," and you had absolutely no idea what they meant? That's exactly what we're covering today.
Yes, and here's the thing. There are probably 50 to 100 common Get expressions that native speakers use every single day that you've never learned in school. But by the end of this video, you're going to know the most important ones, and you're going to sound incredibly natural when you use them.
So let's start with something really practical. Maya, what are some Get expressions that people use at work or in professional situations?
Great question. In professional English, Get is everywhere, and there are specific expressions you need to know. Let's start with get down to business. This means to stop talking casually and start discussing the important topic, or start working seriously. For example, "Okay, everyone, let's get down to business. We need to discuss the budget." Or, "After some small talk, we got down to business." That's super common in meetings. What about get the ball rolling?
Get the ball rolling means to start something or to get something started. For example, let's get the ball rolling on this project. To get the ball rolling, I'd like to introduce our first speaker. Who wants to get the ball rolling with ideas? It's about initiating action.
Now tell us about get on board.
Get on board means to agree with an idea or plan and support it. For example, everyone got on board with a new strategy. We need management to get on board with these changes. Are you on board, or do you need more information? It's like joining a team or supporting something.
What about get your foot in the door?
Get your foot in the door means to get an initial opportunity, especially in a career or business. For example, this internship will help you get your foot in the door. Once you get your foot in the door, you can prove yourself. It's hard to get your foot in the door in this industry. It's about getting that first chance.
Now explain get ahead of the curve.
Get ahead of the curve means to be more advanced or prepared than others, to anticipate future trends. For example, we need to get ahead of the curve on this technology. Companies that got ahead of the curve are now leading the market. To succeed, you have to get ahead of the curve. It's about being proactive and forward-thinking.
What about get your act together?
Get your act together means to organize yourself and start performing better. It can be a bit direct or even harsh sometimes. For example, you need to get your act together if you want to keep this job. I got my act together and started meeting deadlines. Get your act together. This is important. It means to stop being disorganized and become more professional.
Now let's talk about get expressions people use in social situations and relationships. These are so important for sounding natural with friends.
Absolutely. Let's start with get a life. This is a bit rude, but very common. It means someone needs to find more interesting things to do or stop bothering others. For example, if someone won't stop talking about one topic, you might say, "Ugh, get a life," or "he needs to get a life instead of always judging others." Use this carefully, it's sarcastic.
What about get real?
Get real means to face reality and stop being unrealistic or delusional. For example, get real, that's never going to happen. Or, You need to get real about your expectations. Or, let's get real for a minute. This isn't working. It's about being honest and realistic.
Now tell us about get a grip.
Get a grip means to calm down and control your emotions. For example, get a grip. It's not that serious. Or, I need to get a grip and stop worrying so much. Or, she got a grip on her emotions and handled it well. It's about emotional control and composure.
What about get lost? We mentioned this briefly in part 1, but let's go deeper.
Yes, get lost has two meanings. First, it literally means to not know where you are. I got lost in the city. But the second meaning is telling someone rudely to go away. Get lost. I don't want to talk to you. Or, why don't you just get lost? This is quite rude, so only use it when you're genuinely upset or being playful with close friends.
Now explain get a hold of.
Get a hold of means to contact someone or to obtain something. For example, I've been trying to get a hold of you all day. Can you get a hold of the manager? I need to get a hold of those documents. It's super common when talking about reaching someone.
What about get on someone's nerves?
Get
Oh, yes, these expressions are so common but rarely taught. Let's start with get together, but in a romantic sense. When two people get together, it can mean they start dating. For example, did you hear? Sarah and Mike got together. We got together last summer. I think they're going to get together soon. It's a casual way to talk about starting a relationship.
What about get serious?
Get serious in relationships means to become committed or to start taking the relationship seriously. For example, are you two getting serious? We've been dating for 6 months and it's getting serious. I don't want to get serious right now. It's about moving from casual to committed.
Now explain get played.
Get played means to be tricked or manipulated, especially in dating. For example, I got played. He was dating 3 other people. Don't get played by someone who doesn't respect you. She got played by his lies. It's about being deceived, usually romantically.
What about get stood up?
Get stood up means someone didn't show up for a planned meeting or date. For example, I got stood up last night. He never came to the restaurant. Have you ever been stood up? She's worried about getting stood up on her first date. It's embarrassing and disappointing.
Now tell us about get over someone.
Get over someone means to emotionally recover from a breakup or to stop having feelings for someone. For example, how long does it take to get over someone? I can't get over him. She finally got over her ex. This is different from get over something, which we covered in part 1. This is specifically about romantic feelings.
What about get back together?
Get back together means to resume a romantic relationship after breaking up. For example, they broke up but got back together after a month. Should I get back together with my ex? We're not getting back together. It's over. It's about reuniting romantically.
Now let's move to something fascinating. Get in slang and informal expressions. This is where you really sound like a native speaker.
Yes, these expressions are so current and so natural. Let's start with get lit. This is modern slang that means to have a great time, usually at a party, or to become exciting. For example, this party is getting lit. We got lit last night. Let's get lit this weekend. Young people use this constantly.
What about get wasted or get hammered?
These are informal ways to say someone drank too much alcohol. Get wasted and get hammered both mean to get very drunk. For example, he got wasted at the party. I don't want to get hammered tonight. These are casual and common in social situations, but not appropriate in formal settings.
Now explain get roasted.
Get roasted means to be made fun of or criticized harshly, often in a playful way. For example, you're about to get roasted for that outfit. He got roasted by his friends for forgetting the birthday. I got roasted in the comments section. It's often humorous but can hurt feelings.
What about get ghosted?
Get ghosted is very modern. It means someone you were communicating with suddenly stops responding without explanation. For example, I thought we had a great date, but then I got ghosted. Have you ever ghosted someone or been ghosted? Getting ghosted is so frustrating. This is extremely common in modern dating.
Now tell us about get caught up.
Get caught up means to become very involved in something or to be delayed by something. For example, I got caught up in work and forgot to call. We got caught up in the conversation and lost track of time. Sorry, I'm late. I got caught up in traffic. It's about being absorbed or delayed.
What about get carried away?
Get carried away means to become too excited or enthusiastic and lose control. For example, I got carried away shopping and spent too much. Don't get carried away. We need to stay focused. He got carried away telling stories and talked for 2 hours. This is fascinating. When you say, I get you, it's deeper than just, I understand your words. It means, I understand your feelings, your perspective, your situation. For example, I get you. I've been there too. Nobody gets me like you do. Do you get where I'm coming from? It's emotional understanding, not just intellectual.
What's another way get shows this emotional understanding?
When you say, I get it, it can also mean, I understand why you're upset, or I see your point. For example, if someone's explaining why they're angry, you might say, okay, I get it. You have every right to be upset. Or, I get it. You need space right now. It shows empathy and understanding.
Now, here's something we promised at the beginning. We're going to reveal a secret pattern with get that changes everything. Are you ready?
This is the pattern that once you see it, you can't unsee it. Here it is. Get plus past participle creates passive-like expressions that native speakers use constantly. For example, get paid, get fired, get hired, get promoted, get married, get divorced, get hurt, get broken, get done, get finished.
This is huge. Let's break this down. Maya, explain how this pattern works.
When you use get plus past participle, you're creating an action that happens to you or an action that gets completed. For example, I get paid on Friday means Friday is when I receive my payment. She got fired yesterday means yesterday she was terminated from her job. We're getting married next year means next year we will have our wedding. It's like passive voice, but more dynamic and natural in conversation.
Give us tons of examples with this pattern.
Sure. Here are common ones. Get paid. When do you get paid? Get fired. He got fired for being late. Get hired. I got hired at a new company. Get promoted. She's getting promoted next month. Get married. They got married last weekend. Get divorced. My parents got divorced when I was young. Get hurt. Be careful, you might get hurt. Get injured. He got injured during the game. Get broken. My phone got broken. Get fixed. The car got fixed yesterday. Get stolen. My bike got stolen. Get lost. Don't let the dog get lost. Get caught. I got caught in the rain. Get soaked. We got soaked in the storm. Get distracted. I get distracted easily. Get confused. I got confused by the directions. Get frustrated. Don't get frustrated. You're doing great. Get overwhelmed. I'm getting overwhelmed with all this work. Get bored. I get bored on long flights. Get excited. I got excited about the news. Get scared. She got scared by the movie. Get surprised. I got surprised by the party.
This pattern is absolutely everywhere in English. And here's the key insight. Native speakers use this instead of passive voice because it sounds more natural and active. Instead of saying I was fired, we usually say I got fired. Instead of I was promoted, we say I got promoted.
Exactly. And notice how get plus past participle works with both good and bad things. Get married is good. Get divorced is bad. Get promoted is good. Get fired is bad. Get excited is good. Get scared is bad. This pattern is neutral. It works for everything.
Now let's talk about timing expressions with get. When do these things happen?
Great point. You can add time words naturally. I get paid every Friday. She got promoted last month. We're getting married next summer. He got fired 2 days ago. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow. They got divorced 5 years ago. The time words fit perfectly with get.
What about get plus past participle in questions?
Questions with this pattern are super common. When do you get paid? Did you get fired? Are you getting married soon? How did you get hurt? When will the car get fixed? Did your bike get stolen? Do you get bored easily? These questions are so natural and conversational.
Now let's talk about the difference between get plus past participle and regular passive voice. When should you use each?
In conversation, get plus past participle is almost always better because it sounds more natural and less formal. I got promoted sounds friendly and conversational. I was promoted sounds more formal and stiff. But in formal writing, like business emails or academic papers, you should use passive voice. The report was completed, not the report got completed. Know your context.
Now let's talk about common mistakes with these get plus past participle expressions. What errors do learners make?
One mistake is adding extra words. Students say, I got myself fired, when they should just say, I got fired, or I got to be promoted, when it's just, I got promoted. Keep it simple, just get plus past participle.
What's another mistake?
Another mistake is using the wrong form of the verb. Students say, I got marry instead of I got married, or I got promote instead of I got promoted. You must use the past participle form. Got married, got promoted, got fired, got hurt. The past participle is essential.
What about get plus adjective versus get plus past participle?
Good point. Some forms can be confusing. I got lost uses the past participle of lose. I got tired uses the adjective tired. How do you tell the difference? If it describes a state or feeling, it's usually an adjective. If it describes an action that happened to you, it's usually a past participle. But honestly, for speaking, just learn the common expressions and you'll be fine.
Now let's talk about get in American English versus British English. Are there differences?
Yes, there are some differences. Americans say, I've gotten better, while British speakers say, I've got better. Both are correct. Americans use gotten as the past participle for most meanings, while British English uses got. But for possession, both use got. I've got a car in both American and British English.
What about get in different regions or dialects?
Get is pretty universal across English-speaking countries, but some expressions are more common in certain places. Get on, meaning to get along, is more British. Get off work is very American. Get round to it is British. Americans say get around to it. But honestly, everyone understands get expressions regardless of where you learned English.
Now let's talk about get in formal versus informal situations. How do you adjust your use of get?
In very formal situations, reduce your use of get. Instead of we need to get this done, say we need to complete this. Instead of I got your email, say I received your email. Instead of let's get started, say let's begin. But in normal conversation, even in professional settings, get is perfectly fine. Don't overthink it.
What about get in emails and written communication?
In casual emails to colleagues or friends, get is great. I got your message, let me get back to you, let's get together next week. But in very formal business emails or academic writing, use more formal alternatives. Know your audience and purpose.
Now let me share something personal. Maya, how did learning to use get naturally change your English?
Oh, that's such a great question. When I first started learning English, I avoided get because I was confused by all the meanings. I would say things like, I obtained a new job, or I received your message, or I arrived at home. It sounded so stiff and textbook-like. But once I embraced get and started using it confidently, my English transformed. I sounded relaxed, friendly, and natural. People stopped asking, "Where are you from?" because I sounded like a native speaker. Get gave me conversational power. What about you, John?
For me, the breakthrough came when I realized that get is about action and change. Whether it's receiving something, understanding something, arriving somewhere, or becoming something, get always involves some kind of action or transformation. Once I understood this deeper concept, I could use get intuitively without memorizing every single expression. I just thought, what action or change is happening? And get made sense. And now I probably use get in half the sentences I speak.
That's such a powerful insight, and that's exactly what we want for our viewers, to develop that intuition so get becomes automatic and natural, not something you have to think about constantly.
So now you have everything you need to master get in everyday conversation. You know the professional expressions, the social expressions, the romantic expressions, the slang, the get plus past participle pattern, and how to adjust your use of get based on formality.
And remember that secret pattern we revealed? Get plus past participle. That alone will transform your English. Start using I got hired, I got paid, I got confused, I got excited, and you'll sound incredibly natural.
Now we want to hear from you. In the comments right now, tell us what's one get expression from today's lesson that you want to start using, or share a sentence using get plus past participle. Practice with us.
Don't be shy. This is your safe space to practice. Write, I got excited about this lesson, or I want to get better at English, or any expression we taught you today. We read every single comment, and we love seeing you practice.
And if this lesson helped you master get and feel more confident in your English conversations, please smash that like button. It really helps us know these in-depth lessons are valuable to you.
Share this video with your English learning friends, maybe someone who's struggling with get or someone who wants to sound more native-like. This two-part series can really transform their English.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to English-Speaking Nerds and turn on notifications. We're here every week teaching you real, practical, conversational English that you can use immediately.
Before we go, here's one final tip. For the next week, pay attention every time you hear a native speaker use get. Listen to movies, TV shows, podcasts, YouTube videos, and notice how incredibly often get appears. Once you start listening for it, you'll hear it everywhere.
And challenge yourself to use at least 5 different get expressions every day this week. Whether it's I got your message, I'm getting ready, I got confused, let's get together, or I got excited, push yourself to use get actively.
Remember, mastering get is one of the fastest ways to sound like a native speaker. It's not about fancy vocabulary or complex grammar. It's about using simple, powerful words like get in natural, confident ways.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We appreciate every single one of you.
Keep practicing, keep growing, and keep getting better at English every single day.
Until next time, stay curious and keep learning.
We'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.
Take care, keep using get, and watch your English transform. Bye.